Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another Blood and Beans. Again, just let me know that you guys can hear me, so I know that this thing is on and it is working. Hope everybody has had a great start to the year so far. I think I said that last weekend as well. But yeah, it has been a trip so far this past week. And I am also joined now by the child, Miss Phoenix. Some really good things going on this concerning Miss Phoenix. Tell you that. Good morning, Dark Elf. How are you? Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Dog Lover. Pockets will be right back. She just had to run out the door for a minute. She should be back in soon. Frank says he cannot hear me. I think that is him responding to my question about hearing me, which would mean that in reality he can actually hear me.
What if
so,
in reality he's
thank you, Manny. I appreciate it. Dog Lover says good morning. And she says good morning from down the hall. She's still running around and setting up. She just crawled out of bed. It's not like I really got out of bed all that much earlier ago either. I'm not talking about 11:30. I woke up a little bit later than I wanted to. I was kind of shooting for 9:30, 10 o'clock, but oops. A friend of mine kept me up until 3 o'clock in the morning talking, so I got to bed a little late. Oh, you were not responding to me. Well, I hope you can hear me now, Frank.
Well, you could tell.
Good morning, Nightmare's Edge. How are you? Thanks for stopping in. No worry about lurking, man. Like, I totally get it. Like, it is Sunday. It is the day of supposedly rest, but I know myself, like, it's the day that I kind of do the most stuff because I don't have anything else to do. How are you this morning, child?
Exquisite.
Did you sleep well?
Yeah.
Snuggled with your laptop?
I did. I fell asleep watching Netflix on the food.
You fell asleep watching Netflix. That doesn't surprise me.
Just bored.
So I have made some changes to the channel as of late. Not pushing anybody out. I want to say thank you to Beautiful Nightmare for giving me stories just about every week for Thursdays and the Thursday tidbits. As you all know, Thursday stories are basically brought to you by Beautiful Nightmare. She's the one that writes them. I haven't spoken to her probably about a month. I don't know what she's doing or what's going on. I'm hoping for the best. But in response to that, I also have now run out of stories to read for Thursdays, which means I've had to take on a new co-author. Not saying that if Beautiful Nightmare comes back, like, she's not going to be a co-author anymore. In that case, I would just push one of the co-authors to Wednesday and would have a Wednesday and Thursday videos instead of just Tuesdays and Thursdays. But for the time being, it's still just Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I have taken on a new co-author for Thursdays, and my new co-author is my daughter. Phoenix is finally going to be joining the channel as a co-author. Now, for a little bit of context, the child writes very, very well. I'll find a little clip here while I'm talking, and then I can kind of show you what I mean. But the story, like, and it was, she didn't follow the exact story, which is good. But I told her to write a story, something about like a killer plant, and she kind of did. And the name of the story is The Fleshy Green Thumb. So, like, even right there, she nails it, right? Like, hold on, I'm still. And I'll make sure that I'll find something that. But she does a really good job. She's a very good writer. Like, in her English class, she's got such a high marking period grade that they actually had to kick some of those points over into the next marking period. So she's got 100 plus for, this marking period, and she's already got points towards the next one because she's got such a high score in English. And then I did pass along this story to a couple of people. Okay, Dark Elf, I totally get that. I understand. Thank you for stopping in, man. Hope everything. Hope you have a good day. Be safe out there, or evening. I know it's probably pretty late or early, for you. But anyways, so I sent her story that she sent me over to a couple of other people just so they could have them read it, and they were honestly astonished that this was written by an 11, almost 12-year-old. Birthday's in 3 days, but written by someone of such an age. And I know I was really, really impressed while looking around. She quickly typed something on the computer whilst I looked around a bit. It reeked of flowers mixed with iron and old pennies. Strange, but I decided to ignore it. Just that little clip. I don't want to read the whole story, but that was written by an 11-year-old in like 20 minutes.
Did you read the Tetris bit?
Mm-hmm. I read the whole thing. I told her, listen, it doesn't have to be long, 500 to 1,000 words. She said she'd like to, but she didn't know if she could do it every week. So the agreement was I'll supply her with story ideas if she can try and do one small story a week. And then on top of that, I'm also paying her $5 per story. So she immediately got to work and sent me, this is like midnight, jumps on the computer and writes a story in 20 minutes and sends it over. And it's fantastic.
It was an hour. It wasn't 20 minutes. Get it together, Father.
It was an hour because you were distracted for about 40 minutes because your mother was playing with you. Remember? The distractions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I will not be a good mother.
It's not about... I'm just saying how fast she wrote that story. She set aside an hour of time, but she only... She set aside an hour of time, but it only took her an actual, 20 minutes to write it.
She's a good writer.
So, yeah, I was explaining to them that...
No, I'm saying, I'm boasting, because I had a one-on-one with her English teacher for parent-teacher conferencing, and they said that she's very whipped for having the answer. And writing short things down creatively.
Yeah, getting paid for it, done deal. She was all about it. As soon as I told her I was going to give her $5 a story, all of a sudden you want to watch a kid count by fives.
Shit, my dad used to give me $20 a week to go to school. That was an incentive, let me tell you. So pretty soon, when she gets older, you're going to have to give her a raise.
No?
About 13. I'll have to give you another $5 raise.
I have talked to Unit 522, but not a lot.
I'm sorry.
I don't know who he is. I know who he is, but I don't know him personally. So, but yeah, I know of Unit 522. I know he does a lot of excellent work. And I hear that he's, relatively decent guy. Like I said, I've had very limited interactions with him. Sorry, I'm sitting here just sipping some coffee. But yeah, I did want to go ahead and explain the new schedule. When it gets a little bit closer to her debut story, probably gonna go ahead and release a channel update just to update everybody on the current status of things. And yes, I'm also very proud that if I've got to have another co-author take over the Thursday slot, that it's it's my daughter. That's pretty cool. Good morning, Fuzzy. How are you?
Morning, Fuzzy.
We're doing good.
Morning.
We are all waking up.
Yeah, nobody go for a walk outside for me. Over here. It's like they salted the main parts, and then that one slick that I have to go down, they didn't even touch. Like, I was, like, on ice skates on work boots.
So I've also given Phoenix a story limit per week. She can turn in 4 stories a week. So and I would prefer only 2, because I get paid every other week, and I don't want to have to shell out $80 every 2 weeks. Well, no, it would be 40, because 20 and 20 is 40. I'm really good at math, I tell you.
Normally you are. You just woke up.
But yeah, still. So, I mean, 4 stories a week. And that's good. I mean, she gives me 4 stories a week. That's tidbits for 2 months. Over a course of 2 weeks until I get paid. So, I'm pretty happy about that. And I would say that's worth $40, like 2 months worth of stories.
I would offer them coffee, but that's kind of a long reach, and I think it would mess up your microphone.
So, but she was counting. So, the kid has the opportunity to earn $80 a month through writing.
You mean 40?
Imagine all the merch you can get with
You
that.
mean 40?
A month.
A month.
A month would be
I
80.
know how to count, okay?
Sorry, you did the same thing I did. It's fine. You're just waking up.
I just choose not to.
Just waking up.
Remember,
The brain, Frank, the brain is misfiring. I've only had 1 giant cup of coffee, so you're going to have to,
I'll get you an energy shot.
No, I'm... So, still getting there. But this is why I don't do blood and beans, like, after, like, the first 10 minutes that I wake up. Like, let's wake up and do a live stream. Like, my brain would not even be working. I'm basically like a zombie. You just listen to somebody, like, stretching and groaning over here on the other end of the microphone. That's it.
Yeah. And when he does that, he sounds like Chewbacca.
Oh, that depends.
No, you sound
It's nothing like a good stretch, I'll say that. That's always nice.
I can't do that. Where I got because of my mild scoliosis and where I got my epidurals will not let me crack my back like that. And I'm not going to a chiropractor. Just relax. Quick twist, crunch. Ah!
Yeah, it's not fun.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. It's achy.
I can do that with my own neck.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah, because you are lacking in vitamin D and calcium.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
You should be
Also,
on a
update on the Locust Lake book. It is done. The only things I'm waiting for now are Doughboy's preface and acknowledgments. I should have them hopefully shortly. And then once that is done, I should be able to start, getting the book formatted to look as right as look how I want it to, paging and stuff like that. And then get it sent to me. But the manuscript is done. It's 109,189 words long. So it's almost 110,000 words. It's like 900 words short. So it is remarkably large. There's 25 pages of sketch art. Nothing is royalty-free stock footage, run-through filters and stuff like that. All the sketch art in the book is hand-drawn. So, and the book it is done. So, like I said, I was hoping for like a mid-February release, and it definitely looks like that's about what it's going to end up being. So, we are right on schedule. The 2 weeks I had off during Christmas is what made that possible. If I didn't have that time off, making that schedule date would have been a real challenge. Christmas was good. Had a good Christmas. Can't complain. I know that.
It was very Christmas-like.
It was Christmassy.
Almost like it was Christmas.
Almost.
No, but it wasn't.
Almost.
It wasn't Christmas.
So, a lot of things have come to fruition. I'm happy that the book is like done. Lots and lots of work.
Yeah, man.
And yes, the child has started writing a book. I don't think it's one she can publish.
I'm never gonna finish it.
And she says she won't finish it, but she did start one. It was a FNAF book. It was really good. Just saying. It was really good.
A lot lost the Google Doc.
Yeah. Lost your Google
I've
Doc.
misplaced it.
You use the search bar in
I've
Google
misplaced
Docs.
it. I don't know where I put the search bar.
You don't know where you put the search
I
bar?
don't know where I put it.
The search bar is buried
It's gone.
under 17 frozen tabs. Yeah, rolling out of bed and doing a live stream, Manny, would not be a good idea. I'd probably
do it. I'm more awake.
Yeah,
I am doing it.
I can't. I'm actually would be better off doing a drunk live stream, and even that would be an absolute train wreck. Train wreck.
Train wreck.
I'm going to leave the stream in your capable hands. I have to use the little sociopath's room.
Okay.
Now hold on, Charlie.
So chat,
Hold on.
everybody spam the word pineapple.
Hey, good morning, everybody. I was out for a few minutes. I didn't get to say good morning to you all. So whoever came in, hi, how you doing? It's slicker than a whale cleaner's ass out there, let me tell you. Almost fell on my face. Thank God I got good balance.
Don't sit in my
It
seat.
is icy. It is icy out there.
Guys, she stole my seat. I stole
A
Dad's.
drunken live stream. Well, that's New Year's Eve.
I stole Dad's and she stole mine.
Doesn't matter.
It does. It matters
It is no bearing.
so much. So much. Can I have my chair back soon?
Hi, dog lover.
Okay.
Yeah, freaking chair. I won't talk anymore. Go ahead, talk.
Excuse me. I'm back. Had to let in a frozen kitty cat. There was a catsicle outside that wanted to come in. Everybody spammed pineapple. Did you ask people to spam pineapple?
Yep.
Perhaps.
Was it perhaps? That's hilarious. So, cool. I mean, like I said, this is the stream about nothing. And I guess it's probably about what I have to say, at least at the moment, until I think of something else.
Let's see. The new Book of Boba Fett is actually really
That's
good.
that's
That's a good topic to cover.
okay. That's a good idea, actually. Book of Boba Fett
You got
is
a Mandalorian calendar for Christmas.
is really good. I don't know if you guys have been watching that, but I highly recommend. If you like Star Wars, Book of Boba Fett is absolutely fantastic.
It's good. Yeah, I like it.
Like, they're doing a really good job with it. As good as The Mandalorian. And The
Normally,
Mandalorian
I'm not
was
a fan of those kinds of things, but that
awesome.
I like.
So, big shout out to Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. Guys who are actually doing Star Wars right. Just saying. Just saying. It is over here, because we've got to step between a couple of chairs, the couch, stuff like that. So.
I'm a chair.
And obviously, if I have someone else take over the stream while I step away for a moment, we are also playing musical chairs at the same time. So, it is quite the ordeal. It's like the changing of the guards.
I am a chair.
You're a log.
I am a log. Get logged.
Yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Congratulations, people, you've been logged.
I have not watched the Canadian-American adult animated anthology called Heavy Metal.
That's a big title.
It is. It is a large title, and I have not watched it. Is it adult animated because it's an adult thing, or is it an adult animated like Full Metal Alchemist is adult animated?
It's typically like that.
Okay, yeah. Well,
like,
I'm just.
You can't necessarily call it. I've never watched it, but I'm just assuming. You can't really call it an anime because it's more of a cartoony style.
Okay.
Although it sounds like you're watching hentai. That's all I got.
I'm so proud.
Oh, that's awesome. The child is very learned. The internet is such a great teacher. So, but yeah, first week back to work has been pretty rough. Not gonna lie about that. I've been kind of hit the snooze button a little too much every day this past week. So I'm gonna try
I
to
had
do
to wake him up
once.
twice. No, it was 2 days.
Nope.
2 days in a row.
So I'm gonna try and change that this coming week. See if I can actually.
The weekend. He keeps
Oh, it's a
the
movie.
damn alarm
Cool.
on.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I've never heard of it. I'll check it out. It's a movie. It's a movie.
Movie.
Movies are cool. I like
It's a bloody
movies.
movie, mate.
Been talking about camp. Wife's already thinking about the flea market.
Tell Rena when the flea market opens.
Yeah.
Memorial Day?
Yeah, that's when the flea market opens. It's a flea market near Locust Lake.
Memorial Day.
It's the largest flea market in New York State.
It's the largest flea market.
Locust Lake is just over the border to Pennsylvania, so the flea market is just over the border to New York. It's a pretty big flea market. It's huge. Last year, because of the pandemic, it was a little bit smaller than usual. There wasn't quite as many vendors there, but I'm hoping that maybe that picks up soon, because it was a great place to find video games.
It was until the other guy was like.
Yeah, well, there's
It's a great place to find
there's
indie
one guy
games,
that's
too.
always there, and he's got video games, but he sells them
He's
like
a snide snot.
he sells them at like store prices. Every once in a while, there'll be another vendor that shows up there, and they're not always at the same place. You have to look for them, and sometimes they're not even there. And they sell video games by like anything in this bin is $5. So you just like you're digging through bins, and you're just like searching for old school, Nintendo games and stuff like that. That guy's awesome. I will buy stuff from the other guy as well, but I'm way more selective. It's got to be something that I really want. Have a hard time finding someplace else.
See, but then he charges you like $70 for that types of stuff.
Well, it depends on how many stuff I get, and it's not usually $70, but like.
Obviously, that's an exaggeration.
Yes, but I get what you're saying, and he's a little bit pricey. But again, that's why I'm so selective. It's like if I get something there's got to be a reason that I'll pay, a decent amount.
Isn't that where you got your Super Scope?
No, I ordered
You
my
ordered that.
Super Scope.
Okay.
It's a good buy.
Yeah, it's funny. I leave the house, I have bars. I come in the house, I have no bars.
It was good soup. It's a good buy. Came in the box, the whole nine.
Cold.
I used to have one when I was a kid, and when I ended up moving, I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if it's might even still be up in my parents' attic, but I don't think so, because houses have recently been changed. I've got other family living in that house now, so I'm pretty sure it's not there. I don't know what actually happened to it. It just got lost in the shuffle along the way in life. So after getting the Super Nintendo all hooked up, and a coworker gave me a CRT television. You can't play light gun games like Duck Hunt and stuff on a flat screen. It needs the scan lines, so you can actually it can target what you're shooting at. So when he gave me that CRT for free, 27-inch, nice size CRT television, had to hook up the light gun stuff, and really wanted to get a Super Scope. So I was looking online, and it wasn't much more for the one like in the box that I was guaranteed to have all the parts to it that I needed, than one was that just came by itself that might not have everything that I needed. So I opted for the one in the box, and I'm happy I did.
I like boxes.
You like the Super Scope?
I like the Super Scope. I can't use it because my eyes suck, but I like the Super Scope.
You could take the sight off and just use the sight.
I still can't focus. My eyes go.
But you could play Duck Hunt.
I play Duck Hunt. That's because I go like
That's the
close to the
first
screen.
Nintendo game that my cousin taught me how to play.
Duck Hunt's amazing.
I hate the dog.
Yeah, I know. Every time the dog comes up, you want to shoot the dog.
Because he laughs at you when you miss.
There's actually a game, like a horror game in VR, surrounded by Duck Hunt.
I know.
It's cool.
I've seen it. It's through Steam VR
There's
though.
like 7 different endings.
For a Duck Hunt game. That's ridiculous. I don't think Duck Hunt needs to be that complicated.
Duck Hunt.
It's 7 different endings. You could choose the
want
good path or the evil path. Like,
Cannon.
it's Duck Hunt. Like,
The duck path.
let's not
Become a
be
duck
too
today.
convoluted here. Good morning, amazing what the fuck. How are you? Happy Sunday and good afternoon, not
Good
morning.
afternoon.
I am still waking up, so for me it is morning.
That was a really big yawn. That was like a 5-second yawn.
It's because you're still waking up.
What time did you go to bed?
3.
3 something. Or 3 something. She
Everybody
passed
still
out
went to bed
with her
earlier
laptop
than
in
I
the
did.
bed.
It's not fair.
And the Super Nintendo. I don't think I've ever played Duck Hunt on the Super Nintendo. Unless you're talking about the regular Nintendo, like the NES. And like that one I've played, and yeah, he is antagonistic. But you can shoot him in VR.
You can.
I know.
Actually, you get different endings depending on how many times you shoot them.
I still think that's a little convoluted. Duck Hunt doesn't need a story and an ending.
Well, it's a horror game version.
Oh, scary Duck Hunt.
I don't even know why I have Pluto on her anymore. It's like ridiculous.
Why? Because
I don't
it's
know
not
why
a
you have
planet.
Pluto on your phone either, because you have Pluto in VR.
I don't use my VR headset that much because it hurts my face.
I am a face.
I have all that weight on the front.
I like my VR headset.
Even you said what you could tell the difference.
Yeah, I can tell the difference, but it doesn't like hurt me. I used my VR headset all the time before I had that counterweight. My headset's heavier. I got weight in the back, but
Your neck's gonna shrink.
it's heavier on my head.
Dad's neck's is gonna.
But it's not like it's super heavy or anything. It's literally like a pound. It does get uncomfortable if you wear it long enough. I agree. It's one of the downfalls of VR right now, is the equipment is still a little heavy. But it's not like you're strapping like a television set to your head. It's literally like a pound. It's definitely doable.
It feels like the weight of my grandfather's
I've watched
issue binoculars.
several movies in VR. And yeah, when you take the headset off after an hour and a half, you're like, my face.
I can feel it.
I've had to do that.
But it's
rest it.
not painful. It's in fact, you don't even, at least for me, I get so immersed, like sitting in a VR movie theater watching a movie, I forget about it. I forget the thing is there. Which is kind of cool, because like, you just kind of forget that you're in VR. You're just sitting in a theater watching a movie on a screen. So, good times. I'm a big fan of the headset. Yeah, I know. Everybody's waiting for like that level of VR. I think that's still a little ways away. I'm perfectly happy with like Ready Player One level of VR. And we're close to that. Like, really are. Like, we're not there yet, but we're definitely gaining on it. Like, there's haptic suits, there's haptic gloves. They've actually now come out with an omnidirectional treadmill. The experiences, graphically and stuff like that aren't quite there yet. Think about things like, they're better than a Nintendo 64, obviously. Especially like if you're doing like Steam VR, like some of the graphics, like Half-Life Alyx is absolutely amazing. But it's still, I would say, like Nintendo 64 level technology in comparison to where it's going to be in like 20 years. And I was actually watching a VR channel, Thrill Seeker, and he was explaining like he's a really big advocate for VR, but it's not because he's really into gaming. It's because he doesn't see it just as gaming. He sees it as something much, much more with much bigger implications, and so do I. A lot of people talk about, like, you know, sliced bread, like the best things in sliced bread. Well, the best things in sliced bread, you could argue, was the creation of, say, the internet. The internet came out, it completely changed the world.
I like the internet.
It changed how, like, the world is way different now than it was in the 80s. The world completely changed when the internet was invented. How we do business, our culture, everything. Same thing with cell phones. When cell phones were like, you had a little pocket phone a phone in your pocket that was wireless, it completely revolutionized things. It changed the way that businesses got a hold of employees. It changed everything. Just like if you made a teleporter. If you made a teleporter, cars and planes would be instantly obsolete. And you would completely change the world. You'd revolutionize things. VR is kind of the same way. People talk about the internet, how Internet 2.0 is when you were able to have like file sharing and group interactions and stuff were more viable. Made the internet interactive. That was Web 2.0, so to speak. I would argue that VR / AR, augmented reality, is Web 3.0. VR and AR will become mainstream. They're already are making now glasses that will connect to your iPhone and have video overlay, giving you directions, ingredients, places around you that are restaurants. It's already there. People are now, because people are working remotely, people are doing Zoom meetings and stuff on a computer. A Zoom meeting isn't all that different than everybody putting on a headset and seeing a virtual person in real time and being able to interact. We're really like a half step away from that point. And when VR / AR becomes completely mainstream and most people have it, just like most people have cell phones, it's going to completely change everything how we do things. VR isn't just for gaming. VR isn't just for office and business collaboration. VR isn't just for education and travel. It's all those things and more. VR is literally anything you want it to be. And like I said, it's going to change everything. So yes, very much big advocate for VR, and we are almost Ready Player One levels, and I'm perfectly happy with that. What about you, child? Do you like VR?
VR is cool. And beep boop.
Okay, that's quite the thoughts.
I like VR. VR is fun. I like VR chat. It's my thing. I like. One time, fun story. Like the first time I returned to VR chat, there was this one person that was definitely on some sort of substance. That came up to me and was like, "Hi, man." I was like, "Oh my god." He was like, "Cool." And I was like, "How are you?" And he was like, "I'm happy." So that was.
You meet some interesting people in there, and I don't need to scar the child. See, she actually introduced me to Sword Art Online, not the other way around.
I also introduced you to Discord. Well, no, I didn't.
Actually, Creepy Clown Girl introduced me to Discord.
I was in Discord before he was.
Yes.
Okay, I'm the...
The child is the one that keeps me modern. She's the one that introduced me to Sword Art Online. She's like, "Hey, Dad, you need to watch this." So, yeah.
Actually, no. I was watching it on Sunday, and you just kind of butted in here because I had it on the big screen.
It was good.
And then you started watching it.
But yeah, because it was awesome. It kind of lost me, though, after, like, the second season. I'm
That's
good now.
because you didn't like Gun Gale Online. Sorry, not Gun Gale Online. The fairy thingy.
Yes, welcome back, Frank. Welcome back. So, but yeah, she's the one that actually got me into that show. So, yeah, she keeps me current. She's the one that, yeah, no, I don't want her to watch Goblin Slayer.
Unless.
No Goblin Slayer.
Joke.
No graping. no cartoon grapes. But she keeps me modern. She's the one that told me that, hey, Dad, your live streams shouldn't just be a black screen. Should have something there.
You should also have lo-fi in the background.
Okay, well, I'll have to...
Or literally anything. All you have to do is put on lo-fi and then turn it up a bit, and then they can hear it.
Yeah, I'll do that for next time. But it's not. What if it's not my music? Won't I get copyrighted?
No. How do you think the other people put up lo-fi?
I don't know. So, all right, that's a good idea maybe for next week.
I like bread.
Bread's good.
What's everybody's favorite type of bread?
Baguette.
Baguette. But that's just normal bread, just French.
I know.
Dill bread. They don't. Freihoppers used to make dill bread, but they don't.
Potato
anymore.
bread is good.
Oh, potato bread is fucking awesome.
It's not good for toast.
Yes,
I
it
tried.
is.
No.
Durarara. Have you ever seen Durarara?
Oh yeah, I actually finished. Wait, no. I think I have. I think I finished.
So, the Nintendo 64, Sega Saturn, and Dreamcast. Loved the Nintendo 64. Didn't play any of the Sega Saturn. And I saw some of the Sega Dreamcast, which didn't have a lot of great games. It had a few. I'm a Nintendo fan. Haven't owned many Sega systems. Yeah. Was always more into Nintendo than Sega. Wheat bread is really good for you, actually. So that's good that you like wheat bread.
I hate wheat bread.
It's healthy.
It's gross.
Child. Well, listen, you don't have to. I think Sock Goblin's trying to corrupt you.
What?
He wants you to watch Bobo 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 Bobo. I don't know what that is.
I also don't know. Did you just put a spell on us in chat? Are you summoning demons?
It's voodoo. I have a, well, it's not mine. Pockets actually has a PlayStation 2. I'll play on that every once in a while. I have a PlayStation 3 also. I barely ever play it, but every once in a while I'll play on it. Shadow of the Colossus. Love the Manhunt games.
Colossal.
So, yeah, I mean, I do like the PlayStation 2. Yeah, absolutely. I was alive during those years. And, Sega do what Nintendo don't. So, see, Bobo Bobo is alright. Apparently it's a classic anime.
I've never watched it.
I'm surprised. It's an anime that you've never watched.
There's a lot of animes that I've never watched.
I didn't know that.
Either because I just couldn't get into them, or just because I don't know they exist.
Well, now you know what exists.
Or I just don't have access to them.
Miss Fairy Tale. We gotta get Funimation one of these days.
We do. Because they deleted Fairy Tale off of Netflix so they could put Eden Zero on it and then reuse all of the voice actors and all of the character styles and just reference the thing only to torture me because now Netflix has been like, no.
And I can't find it anymore like on YouTube and stuff, like the free stuff. And I can't find download links for all the seasons. I want all the seasons, not just season 1 or season 3. I really like Fairy Tail. It's my second favorite anime. Full Metal Alchemist, of course, is my first because it's the best anime there is, hands down. Inuyasha is a really good one. I know you don't like Inuyasha. I like Inuyasha.
I couldn't get into it. It was boring.
I
watched the first episode and I was like, okay.
Yeah, you should watch more than just the first. It's
No.
good. It's very good. I liked Inuyasha. Fairy Tail, though, yes, is my second favorite anime. Very, very close to like first favorite. Only beaten by Full Metal Alchemist because the story in that is perfect. Yes, the Brotherhood version. I do like the American version. Even if there was no, Brotherhood version, the American version would still be my favorite anime. Period. Just because the baseline story of it it's perfect. And Brotherhood, man, boy, was that written well. Hats off to the writers. Absolutely. Hats off to the writers. Hats off to the writers.
He took his hat off.
Hats off.
Did you cut your hair?
Yeah, like last week.
Wow. Congrats.
Thanks. Congrats, you just noticed.
You have a hat on all the time.
Not when I'm working.
I could eat.
I don't have a hat on when I'm working.
You don't know what that is.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventures and Fist of the North Star.
I've heard of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. I've never heard of the other one. I've tried watching. What?
Amazing. What the fuck doesn't even have Supernatural on his Netflix? That is blasphemy.
That is blasphemy.
I feel very bad for you.
You need to get that VPN that you can change.
Speaking
where
of
you
Supernatural, the next Confronting Evil comes out January 29th. Just slipping that in there. I hear Supernatural, I instantly think Seth and Mackenzie. I don't know if that's because I'm biased or
I instantly think
whatever, but I think instantly Confronting Evil. Which makes me happy. At least it makes me instantly think Confronting Evil, so as far as myself is concerned, I'm entertaining myself very good
I need
to that point. So, Frank, sadly, after your statement, we can't be friends. Oh, it's funny. Yeah, no, I was looking into VPNs myself. I mean, I don't know if a VPN would be worth it just to watch Supernatural. For me, it would be. Like, I'd kind of have to. Either that or I'd be pirating the whole series. Or buying it legally, actually. The whole series. All 15 seasons.
in CD form.
Yeah, well, DVD. Maybe, or Blu-ray. Could do Blu-ray.
Tape.
VHS. That would be cool. I would actually, I would buy the Supernatural
probably on
series
Etsy
if it came in VHS.
Or eBay. It's probably somewhere on the internet.
I'd buy it. I'm going to look into that.
Okay.
All 15 seasons. And if they had, cover art.
I fueled the fire.
Imagine how many videotapes that would take.
Too many.
Because, a season would be, an entire, box.
Yeah, imagine how expensive that would be.
2 episodes on a tape. You're talking, 10 to 11 tapes per season?
I know how to count.
So 15 boxes of 10. It'd be 150 videotapes.
Oh, imagine how expensive
Minimum.
that would be. Imagine how expensive that would be.
I would need an entire bookshelf just for Supernatural cassettes. I'd be awesome, though. Especially if it, all came with, box art and shit. I'd be down for that. Ooh, season 1 through 11 on DVD. That sucks. You can get there's external disk drives, and I know if you don't have money, you don't have money. I get that. But if you ever do run into a little bit, at least I know here you can get an external DVD drive for your computer for 15, maybe $20. Plug it right into the USB port, and you can watch Supernatural on freaking Laserdisc. Oh my god, that would be epic. I would so so buy the laser discs. I would need a laser disc player though. You know what a laser disc is, child? No. Let me explain to you what a laser disc is. So right before DVDs came out, right before DVD players, when I was like 5, my buddy next door, Jason, I told you about Jason, used to go down to his house. One of the very first horror movies I ever saw after American Werewolf in London and Jaws was Poltergeist. And I saw Poltergeist on Laserdisc at his house. And do you ever seen records? Mm-hmm. Okay, you know, like the big records. Mm-hmm. They came in like little like square sleeves. Yeah. Okay, well, so did the Laserdisc, which was basically like a DVD. It was shiny and whatnot, but it was the size of one of those big records. And you take the whole square sleeve and insert it into the front of the Laserdisc player, and it takes the disc out of the sleeve on its own and plays the movie. And you gotta put it back into the giant sleeve, this giant disc. Because they were so large, they scratched very easily. So a lot of people didn't keep them around. They didn't. I mean, they sold well enough, but they were a little expensive. So the whole movies on disc idea didn't really become big until DVDs became a thing. But the Laserdisc was basically the primitive version of a DVD. And they were amazing. So Supernatural on Laserdisc. Fuck yeah, I've seen Maniac Cop. Love Maniac Cop. I can't decide though who I like more, Maniac Cop or Psycho Cop. Like, the first Psycho Cop movie was a little low budget for me, and if that's all there was, like, Maniac Cop all the way. Plus Bruce Campbell was in the first one, so, I mean, big points for that. But then, you know, Psycho Cop 2 that's really good. It's also really funny. It's very campy, and that is one of my other, like, favorite horror movies. Like, definitely, like, in top 20. I don't know. Like, that's just as good as, like, the first 2 Maniac Cop movies. The third one is freaking terrible. And you have RoboCop on Laserdisc? That is awesome. Awesome.
How to make Dad jealous, 101.
No, I'm not jealous. I just, you know, I think that's amazing. Because the RoboCop movies are the shit. Even the third one. Which isn't as good as the first 2. My favorite, I like the second one though the best. RoboCop 2 is fucking amazing. I'm having trouble. That's me every morning. My brain not working. I'm having trouble. Need coffee. Uh-oh. Why are your eyes rolling around in your head? What thoughts are you trying to see? Trying to take a look at my inner thoughts.
Where are they? I really gotta scan your brain.
That's shitty. And I imagine, like, Laserdisc players are not cheap to replace, you know, in 2022. The Burning, yeah. I have it, actually, digital version. I've got the DVD. Yeah, I really like The Burning. The Cropsey Killer, absolutely. It's a great, great movie. Tom Savini did the special effects, the makeup effects for that movie. In between Friday the 13th Part 1 and Friday the 13th Part 4. Which is, he's like awesome. Big fan of Tom Savini's work. But yeah, he did the work on that movie. It's got Jason Alexander in it, I believe is his name. The guy who plays George Costanza on Seinfeld. Back when he had hair.
Wow.
Yeah, he had hair. It's a good movie. If you haven't seen The Burning, watch The Burning.
Don't watch The Extinguished, though. That's not a good one.
Shy is always up to something. The Extinguishing? What a great idea for a sequel.
It's just the same movie, but, like, with an extinguisher.
No, just like a part 2.
The main character is a
where
fire
he comes
extinguisher.
back one more time.
The main character is a fire extinguisher.
Alright, I like your title idea. I don't like what you're doing with the story.
She's giving it that stupid Stephen King ending.
No, she's shamadouching it. That's something
All
Shyamalan...
I said was that the main character.
That's something M. Night Shyamalan
fire
would say.
extinguisher.
Just saying.
All I said was the main character was a fire extinguisher. That has nothing to do with the twist or the storyline.
The twist.
It's just a fire extinguisher that can talk, eat, and
Okay,
just acts as a human.
Then you Mel Brooks'd it. It's a spoof, like Spaceballs is to Star Wars.
Fire extinguisher.
If you were going to make it a twist, I would say you Shamadushed it. And if you were going to make it a legitimate sequel and call it The Extinguishing, I would call you brilliant.
The antagonist is a lighter.
Yes, he did. Absolutely, Manny. Very good. Yeah. Tom Savini also did the special makeup effects for Maniac.
The antagonist is a lighter. That's all I gotta say.
It's one of the few times that Tom Savini and Bruce Campbell actually worked together.
SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs.
SpaghettiOs. Anything else?
I'm not a fan of M. Night Shyamalan at all. I am a big believer that he screws up everything he does. Not saying that he has terrible ideas, but the execution of those ideas is horrible, and 90% of the time, his endings completely ruin the movie. Like, he tells a story that's interesting, and then the twist is revealed, and it makes the movie freaking terrible.
And if you're expecting a twist, it's not a twist. So if a twist is your thing and you're expecting a twist, then it's not going to be a twist because it's not a twist.
No.
Or if
it's I'm not a fan of his work.
I'm a fan of sour cream potato chips.
Kind of a firm believer that he's single-handedly trying to take down the genre.
Hi, Liana.
So, trying to save horror here. Trying to give you guys some really good content and try to save the horror as best I possibly can. Doing what I can. There was a website posted.
You can just auto-ban that,
It's different accounts every time.
No, not the person.
They don't actually
Links.
put in the actual... They'll put in the dot, then a space, and then com. So it doesn't show up as a link. There's always little loopholes to get around it. The more they come in and do it. Sorry.
That's the tiniest potato chip ever. 1 second. I just scanned.
The Prowler? I have once.
Here.
Once.
Actual.
I've seen The Prowler. I have that too. Like, digitally. And yes, I've only watched it once. It was good though, don't get me wrong. I liked it. What's another good one that I've only seen once? Bay of Blood. That's another great movie, and I've only seen it once. October would be a great time to watch them. That's when I'm kind of able to, put on some of those older time movies. Just a lot of the times I don't get around to it during those 2 months because there's so many movies that are on the list to watch. There is. You ever seen The Beyond? The Beyond is a great movie. There's another one too. The Reanimator. You don't like The Reanimator? That movie's fantastic. Love that movie.
I like cream cheese.
And The Reanimator, the second one, is actually based more on the book than the first one is. Because I've actually gone back and read Lovecraft's Reanimator, and it's very, very similar to part 2. Big fan of the Reanimator, big fan of The Beyond. There's another one too. Wasn't a big fan of The Color Out of Space. I know that. From Beyond. That's what it is. From Beyond. And there's another one.
Potato chips are really cool things.
think that's the one that's From Beyond is the one about the hotel. Is it? Or is it the one? No. That's the one about the science experiments. And what's the one that's... And then there's another one, too, that's about a hotel. I can't remember the freaking name. We watch it every year. Grave Encounters was really good. I liked it. I was not happy with the second one, though. So... But I liked the first one. First one was absolutely fantastic. It wasn't Dagon.
Recently, I like mushrooms. They're cool little things. They're like little plants, but they're technically
Doughboy would know.
You know, because... And they all got different patterns. Every mushroom is different. That's a lie. But... mushrooms, they're cool.
Also, In the Mouth of Madness, it's very much based on Lovecraft's mythos, like his universe. I can't tell you how much I absolutely love that movie. That is a really, really good movie. So if you haven't seen In the Mouth of Madness, I highly, highly recommend that you do, because that one's excellent.
Did you guys see what they did to the Pringles man? They made him look
Morning,
like
Furberries. How are you?
Morning. They made him look like if the Monopoly man went through an existential crisis. Look it up.
I will take your word for it, Shiloh, and it does not surprise me in the least. Also, going to be closing out the stream here probably in about 2.5 minutes. So if you have anything else you want to drop into the chat, by all means, please go ahead and do so. Thank you for listening to me ramble this morning about absolutely nothing. That's Blood and Beans for you. It is the stream about nothing.
And everything at the same time.
And everything. This is everything and anything that
streams.
happens to come to mind. I do try to keep it horror-centric as much as I possibly can, but, you know, such is the byproduct of just waking up in the morning. I'm doing really good. Working on finishing my second giant cup of coffee here. Finally feeling a little bit awake.
He's drinking out of a Star Wars trooper's head.
I am. I'm drinking out of one of those, it's a very large Star Wars cup. Pockets got me 2 of them a couple years back for Christmas. One is all white, and it's like got markings of a stormtrooper helmet on it. And the other one, it's the same shape, but it's got little pictures of all the characters from the original trilogy.
Yeah, and little colored squares.
And little colored squares. It's actually really, really cool. So one cup is white and one cup is black. I love these cups, and they both hold so much coffee. They hold like 20 ounces of coffee apiece. So like 2 of these mugs, and I've just downed 40 ounces of Joe. Well, thank you, Fuzzy. I am very glad that you enjoy the ramblings of a madman. Excuse me as well.
Like, you're absolutely insane sometimes.
I mean, absolutely. Send it over in the Discord. I'll either take a look before or right after I get done cleaning and taking a shower. I do have to get scrubbity-dubbed and feeling refreshed and get the bedroom cleaned up so I can locate my work clothes in the morning. I haven't been the most organized person recently. So.
I don't want to go George Foreman.
That's cool. Boba Fett's head is a coffee mug. That's kind of awesome, actually. Just saying. So. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and close out the stream. It has been a nice full hour. I want to tell you guys that, Steven Seagal, Manny, just real quick. I like Steven Seagal's movies, but they're all the same. And he hasn't aged the best, I'll say that. But thank you guys so much for stopping in this morning. Really, really happy to see you. Frank got to show me pictures of that thing in the Discord. Have a fantastic Sunday. I hope you guys are safe. Be safe out there. New Not All Heroes Wear Capes story coming out this Saturday. So I hope you guys are around for that one. It came out really, really good. I'm very excited to release it. And I will see you again on Sunday next week for Blood and Beans. Love you all. Have a fantastic day. And ta-ta.
Ta-ta.
Ta-ta. No TTFN. Well, you told me no.
I said stop saying that, and you said it again.